That's totally the type of line I see people tattooing on themselves. In the Department of Dead Love. To be just her own fear cloaked in shadows. That's beautiful. So in today's vlog, I am going to be reading Meet Cute. It's our AuthorTube chat book club pick. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. And I am super excited about it. There's also a couple other things, right? So I have my Christmassy socks. By the time y'all are seeing this, it's probably well into December, but it's November 22nd for me. So the other things I'll be doing today is I am going to be helping Cam from the Page Nomad host his 10-hour readathon because he's crazy. And then I want to go buy some little stockings for the puppies. We're holding off on decorating till after Thanksgiving, but like we're not holding up buying decorations. So I need to get 3, 4, 5 stockings to hang on the fireplace. One of 2 fireplaces in Texas that we will not be using. But the rest of the day is going to be spent reading now. Using Overdrive, I have Meet Cute in both audio format and ebook format. So I'm super excited to just alternate, whoops. That could have been bad. I'm super excited to just alternate between the two. So while I'm shopping, while I'm painting my nails red or another color, not this monstrosity, I'll still be able to listen to the book. So while I've said this before, I think this might be a 24-hour readathon. And by that I mean I'm hoping it's like an 18-hour readathon and I finish the book. You wanna come inside? Good job, pups. Oh, shake, shake, shake. Whether or not you believe in fate or luck or love at first sight, every romance has to start somewhere. Meet Cute is an anthology of original short stories featuring tales of how they first met from some of today's most popular YA authors. Okay, so this first one, I think you can see, it's just called Siege Etiquette, is actually pretty interesting because it's told in second person point of view. I'm not entirely sure how common that is for anthologies or these kind of short stories. I haven't read second person done like legitimately or like not in fan fiction since N.K. Jemison's book, so it's just interesting. The other thing I want to talk about is part of the reason we're doing this for the AuthorTube chat is that there are so many stories. So inevitably we're all going to have favorite stories. And then we can kind of discuss which were our favorite, which didn't really resonate with us as much. But the thing that I'm finding interesting, and I'll have to look over whose story this one is again, is that when you're putting an anthology together, you want to start off strong. There's a kind of math to it. So you want to start off strong, you want to end strong, and you tend to put the ones that like in quotes aren't as good somewhere in the middle, but anyways, I'm excited to see what the rest are like. Maybe they thought the second person would bring people in more and keep them sort of captivated because it doesn't happen as often. I don't know, but I'm throwing my theories out there. Also, the audiobook, which I'm listening to on 1.2 times speed, is just under 10 hours of listening. I also realized though that there were so many stories that I was gonna have to take notes. I do like what the second person has to offer, and I just love a popular person reformed, like kind of brought down a little bit, but we immediately are thrown into the mystery of why does she not want to hang with her friends? How did she get brought down? How did she internally get brought down? Because it sounds like amongst her friend group she has not yet. What happened? You know? And we have a mystery with the guy. So anyways, it's good. It immediately pulls you in. Ooh. Okay, so we're now on Print Shop. My new working theory on why they put that one first was to set the tone. So even though these are Meet Cute moments, they're not all fully happy. They're not all Hallmark moments, right? So I think some might be legitimately pretty happy, not so bitter. And I think others will be on this kind of bittersweet level. As I was taking Brandon Sanderson's course, the short story guest lecture was like the point of a short story is to make you feel a specific thing. And I think that's what this does really well. So I'm a fan. Now, Print Shop. Also, you know, I'm making progress. It is that one. Okay, this one's kind of cute, and like the references that are there. Also, our main character thought that she was going to be learning how to do this print shop stuff without any technology and like get away from her phone, and then that's exactly what they want her to do is the social media. So it's very cute. I don't know that I personally have as much mystery or intrigue in this one, but it's cute. It's cute. Is that not what I want from Meet Cute? All right, doggos, you ready to go inside? Huh? Buffy. Yip, yip. All right, I made some quick notes because I want to check back on how long this one is in comparison to the first. But as it is almost time for the live write-in, I'm going to set up my workstation. And ta-da! We are more or less set up. We have the rainbow keys, laptop, dual monitor, all of the doggos. Hi, Zelda. 13 minutes left. I can get some coffee or tea. This is probably the final sprint that I will be on, but I have all of the puppies here to help me write. Okay, we did one final sprint that I was not expecting, and I managed to actually get 909. Woo! Now it is time for the dramatic close off. All right, my parents dropped off all of the Christmas stuff. To be fair, this is all of their Christmas stuff and some of mine's just in it. They said I could take whatever, so. All right, we have our put up immediately stack. Thanksgiving still. Christmas. 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 No. Got my water, I've got some apple cider. We are going to attempt to do the ebook this time. I've seen some apps where they're able to tell that you have both the audiobook and the ebook. I think they're built for that though, and they'll bring you to where you stopped off at. This does not. That's okay. So before I start, I have read The Siege Etiquette, Print Shop, and Hourglass. In fact, I started texting myself my thoughts. So once it shifted over to a different story, I got the full effect of the diverse cast, which was really nice to get to hear a different narrator for every different short story. It's actually very cool. I thought it was an interesting transition into the second one, the Print Shop one, where it opens with the narrator talking about I see you and you're doing this kind of thing from when we just had second person. So I kind of wonder if they did that to loop it in just a little bit. Print Shop was cute. Like, I enjoyed getting the perspective of the narrator and her being like imagining two of the characters having sex because they're gonna have a baby together and just be like, oh no. There were a lot of moments like that is like what I love about contemporary. We did loop the you back in at the end in a sweet way. I don't know, I just, you know, it was okay. It was fine. If I thought that one didn't have a lot of moments with it together, the third one, Hourglass, literally ends on when they meet. I'm mad. I really enjoyed Hourglass as I was reading it, to the point that I wanted it to be a novel instead, but it ends so abruptly. As I was listening to it, I was shocked that it had ended, and it really pulled me out, and I didn't like the ending. I don't think it was a full short story, if that makes sense. That's just the feeling I got, which is upsetting, again, because I wanted to spend more time with the characters. I put third story, best version of See Myself in the Mirror, Fitting Rooms and It's Swinging Shut after her friend that I've ever read in a book. But oh wow, I'm bummed. Click. Yay. Hi. I think there's a typo on this page. But we're in it together, right? There should be an apostrophe. I know this is the awkward part, but we are in it together. We're in it together, right? Get your little snoot out of here. I'm making a point. I'm making a point up there. I'm making a point. It's such little things, but sometimes as a writer, I find it reassuring that it can even slip past, you know, the author, the editor. This one's cute so far. Click. It's kind of terrifying. So it's like a computer has all of your data and it's matching you. This is also one of the best, like, fake things meant to be real with a little catchy tune that I've read. Like, the boy says, hey, I think we're supposed to click. And we saw an advertisement earlier where it was like a cute couple and it was like, when it's right, everything just clicks. Like, it's fully ingrained, and the author did a good job of making it like something I could imagine. Zelda. 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 She's like, which one? Hi. Oh, thank you, Zelda. He felt unshed tears tightening in his throat. Me too, Raiden. So for me, just like the first one, this has like a mystery that we're given clues to and then slowly solving on the way. The girls are playing, sorry. This one's really good so far. I'm holding out hope for how it ends because I'm on page 19 of 27 so far, but oh, it's so sad. It was already sad and now it's so sad. But I must continue. I want to continue. Why? Hi. Oh, you tried to attack your sister. Did she try to attack you, Buffy? This is by far my favorite one so far. It is so good. Click is so good. I actually took a picture at one point. God, it ended so well. There was this part of the description that I love. Because you don't have a lot of space to work with, all of your description needs to be pretty tight. I love all she could see were little spots of ugliness, a dry dog turd on the ground, a dirty boarded up window, illuminated by the dismal light of a flickering neon bar sign. Lots of description packed very shortly. Then Raiden stepped up next to her and something about his presence, warm and solid and vaguely sweet-smelling, reassured her, as if he'd turned on a light and revealed all the ugliness to be just her own fear cloaked in shadows. That's beautiful. Anyways, and it resolves so well, has a wonderful twist at the end. Click was good. And I think this is the part that I love about these kind of anthologies is that when you find a story like this that you love, that you haven't, like, I don't think I've read anything by this author yet. Who is this author? I took the slow way of doing this and decided that instead of just going to the table of contents, I would just go all the way back like an idiot. Okay, Catherine McGee. I don't think I've read anything by Catherine McGee before, but I am a faux damn sure going to go check out stuff by Catherine McGee now. American Royal, oh, the 1000th floor. Majesty, Dazzling Heights. Interesting. So I had seen this a lot before. My friend loved the cover way back when, but I didn't remember it getting the best reviews, so I never picked it up. But this is just the thing about reviews. Maybe I would have loved it. Yes, good job, buddy. What a good Buffy to scale. All right, I think The Way We Love Here might be my favorite. I think it's overtaking Click for me. It was so beautifully done. I loved how it sort of traveled through generations or ages, and yet it was still the same characters that we've known. When you read it, it makes sense. There's a better way to describe it than what I'm saying, but I don't want to give it away too much, but like that I'm giving it away. It was good. It was very cute. I liked the fantasy aspect of things. I liked the world building that Danielle managed to create and like just freaking inject into the story in so few pages. But I don't know if you can, I don't know if you see the giant tree behind me. We put it up, but it still needs fluffing. So you can see we did the bottom ones, but I haven't done the rest. So I saw good things about this next one called Oomph. So
Birthed my family to the contained. By the look of you, boy, you couldn't lift a feather.
The end.
When's the last time you ate? I'm stronger than I look. I smile. That he is. I think all we can really do is chase the oomph. I lean forward, thinking I've misheard. The oomph? Man, she's pretty. Pale lashes fluttering as she thinks. Yeah, that thing you feel when you're right where you're supposed to be.
That's totally the type of line I see people tattooing on themselves. Chase the oomph. I'm excited to see how the rest of the story goes, but so far, amazing. Amazing. So like always, Jess has managed to beat me in finishing the book, even though this time I started before her. So here's what I have left. I have The Dictionary of You and Me, The Unlikely Likelihood of Falling in Love, 259 Million Miles, Something Real, Say Everything, and The Department of Dead Love. Now, Jess had told me that she actually really liked The Dictionary of You and Me, if I'm remembering correctly. And then the other ones she was kind of like meh on as it went along. So I think maybe you spike it back at the big or the middle. You make it really, really good again so that people are propelled then to finish the last ones. Like if you have several really good ones in a row. And I know so much of this is subjective, but is it? A lot of this is subjective, and obviously the person who edited it and put it together might have a different perspective on these than I do. But I think that I'm seeing more and more people really loved kind of the same ones. So I just think it's interesting where the placement is. That's what I'm saying. I think it's interesting. But it is time for The Dictionary of You and Me. Oh, came full circle. That's cute. Oh, I'm sorry. I came full circle. I like that one. And I learned the definition of zazzy, so that was a win. Okay, so I have now finished the entire audiobook and I've actually looked up since then some other theories on anthology placement that I think make some really good points, but I do want to tell you about my favorites and least favorites. So the biggest win absolutely is the audiobook. As far as a reading experience goes, getting to have all those other narrators was phenomenal. I think The Way We Love Here was my favorite, with like a tied second place for oomph and click. Like, they were all so good. And there were some others that I really enjoyed. I actually liked the intro one, Siege Etiquette. The Dictionary of You and Me was cute, but the rest of them are like, I kind of forget them. They kind of all merged together. Like, they were fine. But that actually leads into the biggest point I've seen about anthology placement and just kind of curating anthologies, is that obviously an editor's not going to put a story in there that they didn't like, that they don't think is good. Like, it just won't make the cut. So all of these the editor enjoyed and liked in whatever kind of capacity. Other really big wins for this as an entire book is that it's super diverse and that the stories really aren't telling the same story either. So even though they're all meet cutes, I did feel like I got something different each time. So it didn't feel like a rehash or anything like that, which I appreciated as well. But now the question comes, would I recommend it to other people? So like, I did tell my friend who loves YA stuff, I'm like, I think you would enjoy this, or I think you would enjoy certain stories enough that it's worth buying, and I think she's gonna get it. She already kind of had her eye on it, so I think that sort of tipped her over, but I don't know that I would recommend it to everyone. Yes. But if you're looking for something cute and fun and different and you want to sort of like tip your toes into the short story realm, I think anthologies, and especially this one, would be a great place to start. But please do comment down below. Let me know if you've ever read other anthologies. Do you think there's some sort of math or like algorithmic way you would place certain stories along the way? Do you notice a trend in the ones that everyone seemed to like in the anthology? And then how do you think the editor then went about organizing it? Yes. Or let me know if you've ever been a part of an anthology before. I know placement's not something they really discuss with you as far as, you know, my research is done, or if you for some reason have curated an anthology before, how did you go about placing things? If you were to do one in a hypothetical world, how do you think you would come up with it? But that is gonna be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you especially to some of my new patrons this month: Mickey, Connor, Charlotte Day, Zeph, Def, and Katie, and I'll see you all very soon in a new video. Bye. Oh, I pushed the thing down. Go away, plane. Why are you coming closer? I know. Hi, Buff. Excuse me, I'm trying to show the camera something. Fluffy.